Vex, don't worry. I won't block the badge. I won't block the
I'm
badge.
just, I'm,
I'll start like this.
I'm just joshing, just kidding. All
Mm.
right.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Ball IQ Podcast. I'm Tolu Real Madrid fan.
Hey, Nelson, Chelsea fan.
Um, I'll just start with a disclaimer. If you're a Chelsea hater, you may want to just end this. just,
How
just don't watch
how
because
could you be a Chelsea hater?
this guy is about to go, not go bonkers, but it's good.
I
He's,
just warned you guys. I warned you. Warned you what would happen if this occurred, and here we are. I'm kind of bummed. Before we started recording, I wanted to show you this video of just all the doubters before the game, and
I saw some of it
just
actually.
the rat poison that was out there, just the filth. People licking their chops. I know the time difference had people. Obviously, it was peak time for some people, but I'm hoping people stayed up,
Yeah,
hoping that Chelsea would lose. And
just like the Benfica game, right?
Delicious.
Man, I was watching the game with my boy Alvaro in his place. He hosted myself and Beverly, and I was watching it. I just kept saying, "Oh, the next episode is about to be, it's about to be explosive."
I mean, if we had recorded on Sunday at the time of the game, my demeanor would have been, as I mentioned, ungovernable. But I think that now, in the reflection of it all, it's really great to watch the journey that the team made throughout the entirety of the tournament.
Yes.
And the growth of the team and how important it is to the club. A lot of the other fan bases or clubs that weren't involved are chirping. They've got things to say to kind of belittle this achievement, but it's massive.
It's a massive achievement.
People really took it seriously. Every club that was involved took it seriously.
Yes.
And I think they will the next time it goes around.
Yes.
Fun fact, we don't automatically qualify by winning.
That's crazy.
You have to
put in the work.
Yeah, you have to win a Champions League, or you have to. I think the other coefficient is if you, say for example, you finish in the semifinals of the Champions League, you'll have a high enough UEFA coefficient to maybe qualify. That's if and only if two English teams haven't won the Champions League
in that time zone. Yeah,
this is why Liverpool didn't make the cut
because Man City and Chelsea
had won.
Yeah,
you can only have two English teams. That's the allotment. Quite like what things people were a little bit upset about is there were 4 Brazilian teams.
Yes,
but Brazil has been so dominant in South America over not even the past 4 years, past 6 years. I think when you look at the Copa Libertadores, their teams have just won back to back, so that's why they kind of had a stacked deck. But despite Liverpool finishing in the semifinal, being semifinalists in the past 4 years, and always being high in competing in the Champions League, they didn't win the darn thing in the past. I think it was just 1 year. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna bust their chops too much. But that's why. It's quite simple. The law, the rules are the rules.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned something in the beginning there, the growth of your team, but I think more importantly, in my opinion, the growth of your manager.
Oh yeah,
because that was a statement game for him. Like that was like, okay, you can do something different. You have the buying of the players. You can do your homework on a team, and your team can execute your orders. I mean, I was watching the game and I'm like, this guy, he did his work. Like he studied this team.
Luis Enrique, I think on this, I mean, this pod, we've all given him his flowers in terms of his meticulous nature.
Yes.
And yeah, to see him get humbled like that on the big stage, I think he was 10. He's been to 10 finals, 10 out of 10. So I mean, it was like it's kind of like this. Anybody who's a gamer, who's ever played FIFA or anything like that,
yeah,
it's kind of like finding a tactic that works for your team, and you're just dominating. And then they update it. They come out with a patch, or you come across a team that just sees your tactics, and they're like, today it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
And that's what we kind of saw. It was kind of there was a shock.
Yes.
Looking at the lineup, and we'll get into it. I thought, Kvaratskhelia was going to cook, but I think he got subbed off.
Yeah,
pretty early on.
Yeah, he was the first
half.
He was the
second half. Early on in the second half, I believe.
It was the first. It was the first to get subbed off. Yeah. I believe for PSG.
So I mean, it was just an absolute. I mean, just to be brief about it right now, because we're gonna get into it later. Yeah. Just a bad day at the office, and it wasn't by a happenstance.
It wasn't.
All forced.
No, it was not by happenstance, and I think the impressive thing about it is some of the things that, and again, I don't want to get into it early, but some of the things that PSG were trying to do in terms of like their gameplay, they did get some success. Remember the cross from Fabian Ruiz to Doué that he tried to square to Hakimi tapping? That was early on. There was Doué almost did the same thing, the same goal he scored against Bayern that he cut in and shot, and Neuer didn't see. Did the same thing, and Sanchez reflects. Like they did have some breakaways, but just those haymakers just knocked them out. We'll get into it though. I mean,
there were some moments for sure, but I mean, on the day, Rob Sanchez was immense, kind of frustrating because probably going to keep him. And of course, Cucurella was.
Yeah, Cucurella was immense. And then last thing I'd say, because we're going to go deeper into this, obviously, in the IQ deep dive segment, is I was watching that game, and as a Real Madrid fan, I just got angry all over again because I'm like, okay, I'll speak for myself. I thought, like I said on Wax, that I was saying Lavia, I didn't think Reece James was ready physically to do the job. He did, but he didn't last the whole game, but he did, obviously was efficient. But I thought that the rest of the five of the front six, we kind of nailed that. I thought that would give PSG problems. I didn't think they would win. I didn't think Chelsea would win. That was a surprising thing. But I thought it would be like a difficult team to beat. And I just want to give us our props on that.
Yeah, for sure.
We did call that. But my initial point was watching that, I just got mad at Real Madrid all over again. I'm like, yes, this is a team that's serious and respects their opponent and knows how to counter them.
Yeah. What I would say on the day, PSG had gotten there largely. Their MO has been pressing teams into making a mistake.
Yes.
And I think that's what we did on the day to them, largely. They didn't have a moment. It was from like minute. I mean, in the post-match conference, one of the things Enzo mentioned is like from minute 10, we felt like we had won the game. Like we had really imposed ourselves in a way that we set the tone of the game so that PSG was never really comfortable.
Yeah. PSG.
Yeah. They were like, well, wait a minute. Like they had no chance to really settle in and get comfortable.
Yes.
Vitinha has been metronomic. He's been indomitable. And I mean, Cole Palmer had him on skates. Like I believe he faked. I think it was Vitinha out on that second goal.
Yeah, was it Vitinha?
Or was it?
I can't remember.
Either way, the entire team was just on their back heel. The entirety of that first half. It was probably the best I've seen Chelsea play. Best 45 minutes I've seen from Chelsea, and
it's been some time. Yeah, and again, last week.
What comes to mind? Maybe that Arsenal Chelsea game.
Which one?
Wenger's 1000th game when Jose.
Oh, geez.
6-1.
At the bridge? Mm-hmm. Yes. 6-1. I remember that game. But
Gibbs getting sent off when it was Alex Alexander.
Yeah. That's when they did that's one of the reasons why they did the VAR thing, mistaken identity.
Yeah, that was a great game. But yeah, this was fantastic.
I mean, I bet it was.
I mean, it kills me that I didn't go to the game. I texted my dad. We were watching it. He was like, "Oh my gosh! Like, look at this." And I was just like, "Man, we should have been there." He was like, he was sad about it too. But what a game to have gone to. I had a couple of friends who went, so it seemed like it was, all in all, a successful event for FIFA.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think the heat and the water issue and the pitch issue, there are some stuff to figure out. There are a lot of positives and a lot of negatives from it, which, I mean, with anything. So there are some work to do, but they have they have some special in their hands, I'd say.
Yeah. From what I heard, for next year's World Cup, they're going to try and add one more covered stadium. So whether it be Las Vegas, I know that's hot, but it's got a brand new stadium. It's covered, state of the art. Makes the Mercedes-Benz Stadium look a little bit dated, if it's possible.
Really,
it's a beautiful stadium. So
okay,
I could see that maybe coming into play, just because all these open air stadiums in the middle of the summer in America. Okay.
In the middle of summer, like today, it was in Atlanta. It was high of 92.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work, but anyway, let's get into, because we're gonna really go into the game, of course. But team of the tournament came out, and I'm gonna read it to you. Right, it is Bono in goal. Fair. I mean, fair. He had some very good games. Obviously, the one against City stands out.
Yeah.
Hakimi, right back, fair. Marquinhos, center back, fair. Thiago Silva, I think, was fair too, because he was very good.
Yeah, he was instrumental.
Very good. Cucurella, fair. I think it was a toss-up between him and Nuno Mendes, but he won the final, so fair.
Yeah.
Vitinha, I think I was mentioning. Why are you shaking your head already?
Because
I was mentioning last week about player of the tournament, and I felt like maybe one of those PSG guys may get a shout assuming they won. But so I seen Vitinha in the midfield was fair. Enzo Fernandez, okay. Pedro Neto, of course, he was in contention for us as player of the tournament, so that made sense. Cole Palmer, of course, culminating the tournament in that fashion, that made sense. Gonzalo Garcia, the highest goal scorer of the tournament, that made sense. John Arias was pretty good. I mentioned him a couple of weeks ago, but the fact that Moises Caicedo is not in this team. So, I mean,
the only thing I can think of is the fact that he was suspended for one game.
But okay, it was suspended. How many? But he still played at least the same amount of games as Gonzalo Garcia or John Arias. I think.
Well, just for going band for band, like say Vitinha's inclusion, or are you saying like John Arias? They should completely change the formation.
Yeah, maybe like three in the middle. Like the same thing with the Champions League thing that I complained about Petri.
Gotcha.
I think. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, yeah, I mean, John Arias or whomever.
Yeah.
In comparison to Moises Caicedo and what he did, stop playing.
I don't know, man. I mean, again, I think for the last, I'll say 8 years, I've always been like, I grew more disinterested in like teams on the tournament, player of the tournament kind of thing. I just feel like it's just been.
It's all journalists, journalists, and then also like the public,
Yeah,
people vote for that type of stuff. So
even young player of the tournament, like Doué won it. Esteval was.
I think he had what the most superior player of the tournament awards. So essentially, most man of the match awards. Across the course of the tournament. So yeah, it's I think PSG. It's just tale as old as time. When Chelsea is not fancied, which is typically at all times. But especially when they come up against a super team or a team that they're not supposed to win. And everybody's already bet on them losing or has made the accommodations for it to watch to spectate the loss. That is when they beat the world. And I don't know when this team of the tournament obviously looks like it reflects our victory, but by and large, people were very, very high on PSG, not only in the court of public opinion, but also journalists and whatnot.
I mean,
it's been really fun, like I said, going through and combing through and seeing how humble a lot of pundits are now after the game.
I mean, I spammed Nelson's Instagram DM with all the like pre-game what do you want me to call it, like pre-game talk about Chelsea fans being delusional about thinking they'll win the game. So if I were in your shoes, again, I felt like that. I mean, both of my last two Champions League victories, I felt like that. So I'm sure you feel like this sort of
It's honestly, every now and then I think about like, why am I the way I am? And I realize like I was born and raised on Jose Mourinho. That's the mentality that I have. People have like come to know and love him as a cult figure of football, but that's how my mentality, he formed my mentality, the way I view football, my perspective, like my attitude, like the us against the world attitude,
us against the world.
Persona. That's all, and that's something Chelsea still has in their DNA. It's something that he put in there. It predates him, but that's what he's tapped into and made it our MO.
100%.
So
100%.
I feed off of it for sure. And I live for these moments. I've always said it. So it was really, really cool to see that happen on Sunday.
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm sure. And then enjoy it. For 4 years, wearing that badge is a flex.
Yep, the badge should be right here. I saw like the first composite of it. I wasn't too happy with the placement of the badge, but I'll probably buy one all the same.
Probably,
yeah, likely to cop one. And not to mention the prize money from the tournament, upwards of 125 million. Is huge.
Now you can afford to send Brighton some more money for Joao Pedro.
No. We're done with them. Thank you for your business.
You're not. But, you know why? You know why? Baleba.
He'd be good.
Baleba is a good player. He looks like a Chelsea player, like the way he plays, his style, in terms of like skill on the ball, engine, and tenacity and stuff. He looks like a new gen Essien or something.
We need to cut. First off, we don't in the midfield. I think I'm.
And then, a good midfield.
Yeah, and in terms of our team in general, we need to cut some players. We need to focus on outgoing. So now that we're back in Cobham, but yeah, with the money, it frees us up from FFP, and also allows us to maybe, like I said, hone in on the 2 or 3 types of players that we're missing. Some reinforcement for Correa and.
For sure, that has to be the next thing. Even before maybe another left winger, because I don't know if Gittins is ready to be
the guy.
No,
he's not. He really isn't. I really hope we don't do that to him.
If you give me your winnings, I can talk to him, give you, even though I'll do it begrudgingly,
No,
but I can give you Rodrigo. Just give me your 120.
this is another thing I wanted to bring up. Like, we are the world champions. So instead of, there's two things that I want to bring up about that. This title of world champions, this occurred in the United States, which is a country where football is emerging. It's a
For sure.
It could be a big fan base that I don't think one specific club has really tapped into here. There's not like a club that's the most popular in the United States.
Real Madrid.
Maybe
Real Madrid second because
I think Real Madrid's just popular everywhere.
Yeah,
then I think default biggest club in the world, but I don't think anybody's like. I wouldn't say the United States is a Real Madrid country. I think it's just like it's. But anyway,
I think United too has a strong base here.
Yes, but again, I think what I'm trying to say by bringing this up is watching Chelsea's been in the 21st century. Chelsea's the most successful club from England. That's number one. Number two, there's won more trophies than any other club.
Yeah, 21.
The 21st century. So since the turn of the.
No, I mean like how many trophies?
Oh yes,
21.
Yes.
Yeah.
But with this most recent trophy in a land where I don't think anybody's really claimed recently dominion over in terms of fans. I think it's huge for our brand. I think in South America, us beating so many Brazilian teams.
Ramirez. He plays Flamengo. Yeah,
we have South American players on our teams.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of young teenagers who watched this happen and are now going to be Chelsea fans or want to play for Chelsea. And then within the transfer market, if I was Rodrigo, I'm not like, or if I was Chelsea, or if I was Rodrigo, I'd want to play for a team like that. It looks like an exciting project to be a part of.
I agree. But the price is the price.
The price should not be like when you have, and you of all teams should know this. When you've got proof of concept, or you've got an exciting project or something that somebody like a player wants to be there.
Yeah,
the price should not be. The price decreases typically begrudgingly because that player. I don't think Rodrigo will force his way out anywhere, but everybody in the world knows he's not going to play.
That breaks my heart
at the Bernabeu in a month's time. When's the preseason start?
That's a great question because for some teams it started.
Yeah, there's 3 weeks for teams that weren't involved in the Club World Cup, but or that were involved. Excuse me, they had 3 weeks off. So I'm interested.
3 weeks is not enough time.
I'm interested to see what happens though.
Yeah, I mean, 2 is not enough time, but anyway, yeah. Just to wrap up, Club World Cup. Obviously, we'll pick it back up in IQ Deep Dive. But João Pedro, 3 games, 3 golazos, not just goals, golazos.
From the favelas or from Rio, to the pitch. He hadn't even been to Cabo.
That's crazy. How many training sessions has he had? I mean,
just literally. I heard the story behind it. He like literally. I'll be brief.
Yeah.
But he knew he had like there was a rumor that we were going to sign him.
Yeah, you told me that he was staying ready.
Yeah, he was just like, "Word, I'm hitting the gym," and like he just stayed locked in. So he showed up. Our players were like,
"What,
bro?"
Honestly, I remember the episode that we shot.
Enzo was like, "Yeah, you're good."
Yeah, the episode that we shot after his first game, the cameo, the one that came off the bench. I remember saying. No, before that game, I remember asking like, "Yeah, he's not gonna play, is he? Like, he's not gonna come sign 1 day, 2 days train and then have minutes." I was wrong. Honestly, watching him,
difference maker.
Yeah, watching because I mean, with the way Chelsea plays and Cole Palmer being the it factor. He's the perfect guy. He's the perfect type of profile for a striker like that, where he can run in behind, but he's definitely very comfortable coming in and like doing the hard work of, helping in midfield and linking up play and stuff. Going to the game really quick. I don't know if you remember Kopama's first curler that almost went in, that hit the side. Like, it was combination play on the left with Pedro Neto and Enzo.
Yep.
And Enzo played the ball in him and just flicked it back. Like, plays like he's Bobby Firmino.
He's not.
He's Bobby Firmino.
That's the thing. The biggest difference between him and Nico Jackson, I won't even say because Nico's quick.
Yeah.
He can play it. He's good at link up play. That's as far as I'll go today, on this day. But I don't think he's too far off in terms of skill level from João Pedro. I just think the brain.
Yeah, the IQ, the ball IQ.
The IQ is massive. It's just missing. There's some moments of madness. Whereas João Pedro is supporting Cole's runs. He's there. He's an outlet. It's just he's hungry. And he's in the right spot. It's not easy to be in the right spot, be on sides.
Yeah.
Be able to compose yourself after receiving the ball in the right spot.
Yes.
And make the right finish. I mean, just a huge upgrade. Probably the biggest reason why we won the tournament. That
little.
It was like
honestly, I really, really do believe that if he wasn't in Chelsea, like to your point, to back up your point, I think that if he wasn't in that, if he didn't start that game, Chelsea don't win that game.
No way.
I think if he didn't start that game, Chelsea don't win that game because the work that he did off the ball. Again, I'll get to it. I don't want to spoil it, but I'll get to it. But the work that he did off the ball is exactly what I thought he would do, and him joining. I'll get to it. I really am looking forward to talking in IQ Deep Dive about that game because you guys showed the world what to do, and I hope the world was watching. But we'll get to it. First of all, I just wanted to talk about Yamal's birthday party. I don't know if you heard about it.
Oh yeah. I think we talked about it a few episodes ago. I had concerns about this, like there's Barcelonian Brazilians. They're just not serious sometimes. I know that might sound stereotypical. I don't know. It's not PC to say, but I do think there's a notoriety for partying and kind of not being as serious as they need to be on the pitch. Or just partying is hard. Like play hard, party hard is how it is.
I mean, I'm not. I try not to be too hard on it. I mean, it's 18. I just because I like players like that and Mavericks like that, and the way he plays, free with joy. There's a slight confidence. Some call it arrogance. I call it confidence. Slight confidence there that I admire. I hope that because just like with life, football it's ups and downs. I just hope he has a great support system and a great mentality to deal with those things. Because I mean, I remember in the beginning, like when I say in the beginning, I mean like a couple months ago in the Champions League, people were like enjoying how confident and brave he was to speak and all that stuff and back it up on the pitch and all that. But you know how this thing goes. It's the same folks that would turn around and start criticizing you. So I just hope that doesn't happen.
He's just, and just to clarify, obviously I know he's not Brazilian.
Yeah.
I think he's young enough that he's reading these Twitter responses or the TikToks or these sound bites and he's reacting to it. I think he's just a young starboard player, and you kind of watch the growth and like mistakes and the change of profile and dealing with that. But yeah, the details from the party are funny.
They're funny.
Funny, but also
yeah.
Hopefully nobody's offended with what all he's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just a kid.
Kid.
On a string.
Yeah.
Hoping Estevao is not.
He doesn't. Estevao doesn't give me that vibe, to be honest.
No,
like decisions he makes, like for example, I think I read somewhere that he could have joined the Chelsea entourage while in the Club World Cup after Palmeiras, but he chose not to, stuff like that. So, I mean, even the way he plays with a lot of responsibility. So, I mean, just guessing. But again, not to say that there's anything wrong with Yamal. It's just a different guy. I don't want to say worry. I just hope that the football world allows him to just go through all the phases the way he wants to. But I also hope for his sake that he has obviously he seems like he has the right intentions to me and the right foundation to, not
go out the rails.
Yeah. So, but yeah, again, I mean, I don't hate on him, even though, like, obviously I'm a Real Madrid fan. I don't hate on him. Morgan Gibbs-White looks like he's going to Spurs. That's another Spursy player. I saw that. I mean, I don't know whether it's going to go through or not, but I was like, James Maddison. I don't know what that means for you, bro.
Yeah,
and I like James Maddison.
Yeah, I think Matters had a couple of injuries last year.
Yes,
the last couple of seasons,
he did.
Kind of derailed his main man status.
Yes, he did.
Tottenham's in a kind of in a transition period. There's players that are they already have locked in that are and going to enter their prime in while under contract at Spurs.
Kudus,
all those players,
Brennan
their
Johnson,
whole back line.
Kulusevski is still young,
There's plenty of those, but there's also a few that need to be replaced. I don't want to say Sonny because that's sacrilege, but at the same time, with grace.
Yes.
Not like in one window you need to replace the impact of the sun, but like a Matters with those injuries, he's just like he still has it, but the Prem is a very unrelenting, unforgiving pace.
Yeah, I just think that I think we've seen it recently more than before, in my opinion. But I think that English players of that ilk should start considering leaving England more, because I think Eze would cook in Bayern, for example. I think Matters will cook in Italy, for example.
Yeah, he would cook.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean I don't even look at the game.
Money.
It's the money.
It's all it is.
It's the money.
Once you take a step back in your contract like that, you're not really gonna get money again.
Yeah, which makes sense. I'm not saying they should put money on the table.
Absolutely right. I think in terms of if you the love of the game, for the quality of I think because the level, what happened with Matters is he just we won't stay on this too long, but I think he was injured, he came back, and he was a little like a half step down from his level, and then since it's the Prem, the level that was expected,
physical level,
the physical level that's expected went up another level.
Yeah.
So because everybody's younger, everybody's more talented. Everybody's pressing more. Everybody's, there's the depth of the conventional 10.
Yes,
there's a lot of things to be considered upon your return, and I think he's kind of incongruent with. I don't want to say modern day football, but the way that the Prem is playing now.
To an extent, yeah. I think again. When I say what I say, I'm obviously the Prem has the most money, so by default it attracts the best players, and by default it's the best league in the world right now. I think that, for example, we've seen players that don't work out elsewhere work out in the Prem, and vice versa. I don't see him for example, leaving the Prem to join throw a team out there,
in the Prem?
No, outside the Prem that would fit Matters style. Maybe a Napoli or they have KDB Roma. Now. Maybe not Roma, but
Inter.
Not even Inter. Maybe in Spain, AC. I see him in AC Milan in terms of style. I see him in. I don't see him in Atletico because those ones are just
Atalanta.
Atalanta, you know what I mean? Atalanta actually they press a lot. Maybe not Atalanta. Well, Gasperini is gone, so maybe Atalanta. But you know, teams like that in Spain, maybe a Villarreal. Villarreal is not as big as they used to before because of money, of course. But like teams like that where it's technique, it's techers, where techers is like, it's like the forefront. That's the kind of player he is. That's one of the reasons why I wanted, like, even before we signed Jude, I didn't want him to go to the Prem just because I could see that little flair in him, even though Ancelotti kind of turned it into that, but I could see a little flair in him, and like, I don't want him to go to a league where they will kill that flair. Anyway, that's just me. But yeah, I don't know how we got from Morgan Gibbs White to that, but Leon Bailey looks like he's going to Fenerbahce. I mean, Jose inquired. I think that the amount of times I've seen Fenerbahce in the transfer news, it could only be Jose. That is,
you still got Paul, especially, he's got Paul.
Yeah, he's still Jose. I mean, they always say like the world is lucky that Jose chose football because he can topple countries the way he has back.
Yeah, he's definitely charismatic.
Very, very charismatic. Ekitike, Newcastle is interested to play him. What I saw is play him alongside Isak, but in the same breath.
It's a mess what's going on right now with that with Newcastle and Ekitike and Liverpool and Isak.
Yeah.
The latest that I heard, not getting too much into it because it's all really hearsay at this point.
Yes, it is.
But
important to know.
Newcastle was quite close to closing in on Ekitike. But what Liverpool has kind of done is they need a new forward, and they're basically saying they have the money to outbid Newcastle and kind of take Ekitike. And they've kind of said, like, we're going to either take Ekitike this season, this summer, or you can sell us Isak now, and we'll give you 125 million, something like that.
Yeah.
And Newcastle has to kind of, it's stuck between a rock and a hard place because they say no to Isak this window, and Liverpool signs Ekitike. There's a chance that they lose Isak. I think they have him for 3 years. I think he's on a 3-year deal.
I don't know.
I know he's on a 3-year deal right now.
Okay.
But there's a chance. Newcastle can wait and hope that they can sell him for more next window. But he's gonna go.
Yeah.
Isak's not gonna re-sign. So you can hope that that's going to happen, but they're gonna lose.
Just how do you want to lose?
You can think forward. In their mind, on like Saturday, they're like, "Oh my days, we're gonna have Isak and Ekitike up front.
Yeah,
this is gonna be. We're gonna compete for the league." But now it's like you're gonna lose one of them, or you can risk keeping both this window or this year, maximizing both, and it's just kind of messy. The way that Liverpool's moving this window is mad.
Long story short, hey man,
they're bullying other teams.
They're being serious. I can't hate on it. We spoke about AC Milan. We've been talking about Luka Modric looking like he's going there. He's been confirmed. Number 14, rolling back to Spurs days.
How old is he?
He's about to be 40.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, AC Milan is not in Europe, so he'll play a game a week, which is good for him. I mean, I think he was had one of the top appearances for Real Madrid last season. I mean, most of it was off the bench, of course.
Okay.
But he's still Luka Modric. Like he's still. I mean, obviously, he's not Luka Modric. He's not young and can cover like. Yeah, but I think he's aging gracefully. His game is aging gracefully. I think him at AC Milan with one game a week is equivalent to KDB at Napoli with Champions League. If that makes sense. I think KDB is still at the age where he can play
more than once.
But I think the effect for both players on those teams would be kind of the same, in my opinion. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Luka does there. For Real Madrid, Alvaro Carreras has finally come home, our new left back. I don't know if you know the story of him. He was in Real Madrid academy. We sold him to United. United loaned him out when they needed a left back. They had Shaw out and all that stuff. Loaned him out to the championship. I forget where. They bought Doku. They could have bought him because they loaned him to the championship and they sold him to Benfica with a buyback clause, I believe. But they signed Doku instead, and they had a left back right there. So I'm happy that we snagged him up because, like I was saying about in this tournament about Frank Garcia, he's better as a left wing back, left mid than a left back. Ferland Mendy is very, very one of the best. Before Nuno Mendes, she was the best defensive left back that I knew. But he's been having injury issues, so we needed reinforcements there. So signing him was very, very good. I still think, Militao is back. So we have Rudiger, Militao, and Huijsen and Asensio. But Alaba is out. So, at this point, Alaba, I don't know how he's been having.
He's come back. What level he's going to come back?
Yeah, I don't know. So I wouldn't mind another defender. I wouldn't mind another defender, a versatile defender that can play right back and center back. I know Dani Carvajal is back, but just cover. But we'll see. But lastly, the bombshell from Real Madrid is Vinicius. There's an impasse with his contract renewal. His contract expires in 2 years. If he runs out his contract and leaves for free, he'd be doing to us what we do to folks. That would be painful. I think his salary expectations, from what I hear, is what is causing the impasse. What's causing the impasse, but him as a player, he didn't have, to his standards, he didn't have a great season last season. And again, this Club World Cup just showed that Mbappe's presence just affects him so much. It looks like, because when Mbappe doesn't play, I see that spark. I see that, like, okay, I don't have to overthink my decisions because Mbappe's there. You know what I mean? Like, so I again, losing Vinicius and Rodrigo is a little too much for me. It's just too much for me. So I'm still processing it. Again, I don't want to be dramatic, and I don't think it's as far along as the Rodrigo situation is. I do think, like I said last week, and I've been saying, either they, like Mbappe and Rodrigo, Mbappe and Vinicius specifically, either they do more work off the ball, or both of them cannot play together. You just can't. We saw, again, like I said, we saw what Chelsea showed us, the obvious to me. Chelsea showed us the obvious of what you need to do today to play teams like that. And if they can't do it, some painful decisions that we have to make. And I'm a loyal guy, right? So I don't believe in, like, all of a sudden turning my back on the player that won us 2 Champions League. In Vinicius, is, like, to most Madrid fans that I know, or that I think, based on my feelings, he's like our boy, because we saw him from roughness to refined, and he's actually he's a Real Madrid fan. You know what I mean? Like, he's a Real Madrid fan. He plays like a Real Madrid fan. So I hope it gets sorted in terms of his contract. I hope his game with Mbappe also gets sorted, because, again, I don't want to be dramatic, but this would be the second situation where Mbappe will walk into a team and, it's a little bumpy. Well, not second situation, because in the one I'm referring to, Messi does walk into a team, and Mbappe and Neymar had a great relationship going in terms of, like, and I kind of, like, walks in, but Mbappe just commands, because of who he is, commands this much presence that it just affects if you're not strong, like if you don't have the skill set to complement somebody like that, or you're not strong in terms of who you are, it would affect your game. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, these things they're too much for me, man. Vinny and Rodrigo leaving. I remember like the last Champions League we won.
Yeah.
When we played the Diamond Four and with Vinny and Rodrigo up top, I'm like, this is a transition year, we're waiting for.
They cooked.
Did they? So I mean, they've.
I mean, yeah, I've gone through a lot of separations. So when it comes to players and friends, like we talked about last episode, I mean, they nuked our team. My team got nuked completely. Picked up part for part. I still miss Rudiger.
Yeah.
But it's yeah.
You tough, right? You tough, right? You be alright. Again, like, don't get me wrong. I don't mind losing anybody for my team's progression. It would just hurt.
For sure.
Honestly, every year, one of the 3P team it's just Dani Carvajal left.
Yeah.
When Ronaldo left, when Zidane left, when Bale left, when Cruz retired, when who else? Sergio Ramos left, when Varane left, Casemiro, like when all these guys left, Isco, when all these guys left, it was just like, oh my god! Every summer, like it just one hit after one hit.
Yeah.
So this will be the first time in a while where some of these guys are leaving in their prime. Right. But we'll see how it shakes out. I'm hopeful, but for sure, again, like I said, I will repeat. I mean, I'll get over it as far as the team improves. I'll get over it, and I'll just support them like the way I'm supporting Sergio Ramos right now at Monterrey and stuff like that. But anyway, but congratulations again. I'm surprised that you're chill.
I'm actually thinking about it, and like, there's just so much I could discuss, but I know we want to keep like a tight run time. But there's players on the team that I just want to shout out in terms of their progression.
I honestly, that piece, I want us to do it in actually deep dive because there are players that, for me in that game, that weren't as flashy as Cole, for example, but they made things possible, and I want to shout them out as well. So I'm sure they'll coincide.
Sure. Yeah, we'll definitely cover it there. But just imagine the hailstorm that was going on when Enzo Fernandez came to the club. That was it wasn't a summer window.
He was one of them.
It was a January transfer. Under Graham Potter, and I think today he came out, just talked about how terrible the first two seasons were for him.
That's why I was crying.
You see how big it was to him. It should mean something to me.
Yeah,
you can just tell how much it mattered to a lot of those players because of the journey they've been on.
Yep.
And
Enzo was definitely one of the players I was going to shout out as to, like, again, the average person would not see it. You know how
if you've been following the narrative, man, like, because at first they were like, okay, Enzo Fernandez, like, is he good? Like, Chelsea got a terrible deal, like, because Alexis McAllister was a couple of million, but Enzo was 100 plus. Like, what a classic thing to do. And then when he got to the league, it was like, what position is he going to play?
Yes, I remember that.
Is he going to be a number like 8
or 6?
Yeah. Is he going to be
a 10?
10.
Yeah.
What is he going to do? What is he best at? He was easily the best player for a while, but like in a systemless team or a team that just bucked the system that the manager had given them. So just to watch him kind of settle in, especially this past season. Let's say, like, once he got that surgery on his oblique or his groin, I think at the end of last season.
Yeah.
They shut him down for the end of the season, I think. Yeah. And then he played the Copa America was last summer, right?
Yeah. No, it was 23.
23.
Huh? Ooh. No, yeah, I think it was last year. Wait, yeah, it was last year because the Euros last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, he got a sink in. We shut him down under Poch. Before the end of the season, he got surgery.
Yeah.
And since then, from the Copa America until now, he's been
good.
Different gravy.
Yeah, it's been good. Again, I'll touch more on him because he was one of the players that impressed me, not in a flashy way, but I'll touch more on it. I'm sure. Obviously, this is your team, so you you go through it with me. But you want to take a break real quick?
Let's do it.
All right, we'll be right back with a very, very humble champion. I wasn't expecting this.
I mean, I
wasn't expecting.
There's still time.
There's still time. It's crazy. I'm speaking too early. Okay. All right. We'll be right back. And we're back. Back to the pod. Back to the episode here at the IQ Deep Dive segment. To dissect how Buddy became the world champs.
How we shocked the world. How we
again.
Yeah. How we shocked the world again. How we jacked the chain of the king.
The king?
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that PSG didn't score is actually wild, given that they beat Real Madrid 4-0, Atletico 4-0, Bayern 2-0, Inter 5-0, and they played Chelsea and lost 3-0.
Handedly.
That is weird. That shouldn't happen, should it?
I mean, yeah. The gaffer had no doubts going into the game.
Yeah, he did have again. He just looked like somebody that was prepared. To me, that's what he looked like.
He said, "Are you prepared to not have the ball?" He said, "Who says?
Who said that? Yeah, who said that? Like, what you mean?
Cold.
What you mean prepared?
Cold.
Who said that? But just getting into the game. Both teams, again, just like with everybody, with most teams, they land on a 4-3-3, but obviously differently. You know what PSG trying to do on the left is have Nuno Mensch invert.
How'd that work out?
Leaving Vicha Kvaratskhelia out there, and Fabian Ruiz kind of like comes here to operate as well. And obviously Dembele playing up as a 9, but dropping to try and find some space to connect, do it out wide, and playing stuff.
It's just funny to me because, like, I think Cucurella's pockets are full.
Cucurella was in his deep dark arts bag.
I mean, oh my days! And then Dembele, he wasn't even. Go ahead.
He was
really a factor.
Yeah, he was not, and again, it was thanks to Chelsea. So, I mean, kudos to Chelsea, I should say. So, this is obviously what they're trying to do in terms of playing the 3-man game with Nuno Mensch, Vicha, and Fabian Ruiz here, and João Neves with Hakimi and Doué on that side. Vitinha trying to pull the strings here, and their center backs up tight. I think, like I was saying in the beginning of the episode, they did get some openings. Again, on just like what they did to Real Madrid, on their right-hand side. Let me switch this just for congruency. But on their right-hand side, Chelsea's left, they're trying to go more direct down the line, playing winger play, doubling up there. I think they got in about once, but the major chance that they had was when Fabian Ruiz played Doué, and Doué tried to do a tap in for Hakimi, and Cucurella read it. Cucurella read it.
Yeah, and it's just beautiful because I don't think many. I mean, I'm going to big him up whilst we have the time to do so. But
Yeah.
not many defenders would have guessed and played the pass.
Yeah.
They would have played the shot.
They would have dove. They would have slid. Yeah.
They would have slid, and then we would all look silly.
Yeah.
That was like it was just a massive moment in the game.
Yeah. So, I mean, apart from those, like Doué's, Doué also had a chance where he cut in and had a shot from like top of the key, same area he scored against Neuer against Bayern. But obviously Sanchez had a great save. Those two saves, I think, were instrumental as well for the game because that, like, I mean, obviously, if they're up 1-0, if, for example, okay, maybe Sanchez should make that save. Let's just say he should make that save. But the chance that Correa stopped, if that goes in, goals change games, right?
Sure.
So those two chances were pivotal. But one thing that made Chelsea definitely deserve this is the sacrifice of the players. Pedro Neto did not have a sexy game, but I'm sure he had a manager's game because all that freedom Hakimi was quiet the whole game because of Pedro Neto's doubling up. So Vinny, are you listening? Sorry, I don't. This is your moment. Sorry. Because of Pedro Neto coming back and helping, and shout out Gusto because Pedro Neto helping allowed when Chelsea had the ball, Malo Gusto to break on the wing, and he also allowed when Dembele drops to find pick. I saw him more around the left hand side, but when he dropped and there was a free defender, it was usually Colwill.
That's his name.
Yep, he would drop in to help Caicedo for anybody that's coming here. Cucurella would tuck in to stay here. And just like what I think, I don't know if I said it in the last episode, but against PSG, you always want to have one more man free to cover. Like, again, just to cover, because they play a lot of 1-2. So if you crowd that midfield, it just ruins the whole identity.
Yep.
And we saw that with the second goal for Cole Palmer. It was, I want to say, either Fabian Ruiz or Dembele coming in here, trying to make a switch and Reece James stopping it. But who makes the pass to let's just call this Reece James. Reece James stopping it. This is Colwill that comes up. Colwill made that pass, that over the head pass.
That was the second goal.
Yeah, the second goal is what I'm saying.
Yes. Yeah, no, that was Levi. It was a fantastic pass. I thought of you because I remember you saying,
relax.
Not mustard.
I was just joking. I was just joking. And somebody cannot play with you again. Now, wow. I was just joking.
But anyway,
that
was a moment where I was like, wow, this is the quality. We're like I said when we brought that up, we're watching a lad grow in real time.
Yeah,
like you don't see defenders, center backs get blooded in finals at the age of 24 and below, and that's what we're seeing. So really massive. What a pass!
Great pass. The weight of the pass, right in stride for Cole to do his jinky me jinky and sit down whoever it was and finish. Because I remember that play so vividly because usually PSG wouldn't, like, they usually, to my knowledge or recollection, they usually make all those switch passes a little deeper. But for them to do it here was because there was no option. There was literally no option. And we'll call this Reece. Reece blocked it. I think Caicedo was somewhere there, but he blocked it towards Enzo. Enzo knocked it down for Colwill. And Colwill just immediately knocks it down for Colwill. Cole was gone, right? Another thing was because João Pedro was coming here to help as well. I'll move Colwill back. Because João Pedro was coming in to help as well. When they won the ball and they broke, they were creating their own three-man. So Moy is there to help. Kukurea didn't go for that much because his assignment was do it right here. But I thought that this tandem right here with Jao Pedro and on this side, Cole Palmer inverting and Gusto like making the overlapping run here kind of confused Nuno Mendes as to what he should do because this guy was inverting and this guy was running past him, so it was just like, what do I do here?
Skates.
What do I do?
Nuno Mendes had a terrible game. It was kind of crazy to see that because in the eyes of several people this season, like Kukurea, or you could at least say, let's just not go for the whole season. Let's just say the tournament. You could say Nuno Mendes and Kukurea are probably the best two left backs. But the difference of of the day that each of them had in terms of like success on the pitch, and then obviously just complete and utter frustration and liability to their team. It was pretty glaring. All the PSG players were really, really rattled after the second goal went in.
Yes.
The third goal, absolute head loss.
After that was it.
They had lost.
I was talking to Mofe in the group, and he was like, he thought that like PSG need to wake up. I was like, it's too late. I told him like, there's some games that you'd see that a team will be up 2-0 or even 3-0, and you'd be like, there's still. I just saw. I was like, yeah, that third goal just. And I was like, I support a miracle club. I've seen my clubs do miracle. I know
you were watching a miracle already.
Exactly.
Not miracle or miracle.
Exactly. That's perfectly said.
And after that second goal, I said it to many of my peers and friends. I was like, Cole's probably, because this is what he usually gets when he's on his day like that. It could be 3.
Yeah.
It could be 4. It just depends how much space you're willing to give him when he's found his spot and found his pockets. So, and he was instrumental in the third goal, which we'll talk about here. So.
Yeah, and one thing I want to say before the third goal, right, is another thing that Chelsea did that again was just so smart and so effective was when they didn't have the ball, when PSG did have the ball, because of that they weren't too tight on them. And in the beginning, you mentioned Enzo said after the 10th minute they felt like we're in control and they're going to win this game. But before, like after that, they weren't too tight, and you could see they matched defensively. They matched PSG's offensive fluidity. Mm-hmm. So that's why you see Colwill or Chalobah follow what's his name, Dembele into the midfield, and because again, like I mentioned, Pedro Neto helping here allows them that flexibility to step forward and have that extra man. And sometimes, like, what's his name? Your captain, Reece. Sometimes Reece would, let's just call it 11 Reece. Reece would like be on Fabian Ruiz, and Dembele will come, and Chalobah would tell him Dembele is coming, and Caicedo will pick up Ruiz, and like there was just a lot of, you could tell.
Yeah, it's a synergistic,
very synergistic,
symbiotic. Everybody was everybody was doing a bit to make sure that they had. It was like I said, the way that Luis Enrique has been playing has been just like that. PSG's been playing selfless football.
Yes.
And to see us, I'm not going to say PSG was selfish on Sunday.
No.
We just didn't give them a chance.
There was no chance. Yeah, there was literally no chance. From the 10 minutes, there was nothing. There was no, there was nothing.
We didn't give him a chance to feel anything but frustration.
And Sanchez had the game that he did as well. It's just like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? But you mentioned the third goal, again, a breakaway because of Malo Gusto. Let's pause right there. Malo Gusto. We mentioned a couple weeks ago how he's being asked to do things that is not his game, which is inverting. He was asked to do his default setting, which is bomb up and down this, and we saw this byline, and we saw the player that Chelsea signed. We saw how effective he was. He assisted the first goal for Cole Palmer, and he was just, I mean, Nuno Mendes was just confused. He had him confused. Every run that he made, he had to honor it because he was fast. He was intensive.
It was the chaos that was needed that really began to, because Nuno Mendes has been like class and form personified.
Yeah.
To see him at his knees so early on is very discouraging for the rest of the team. Like, I'm not trying to get too mental about it, but like when somebody like that on your team is having that type of game, like everyone's like, is he okay?
Is he okay?
Everything is like, if he's sweating like this, dang, like
it's
starting to see ghosts as well.
Yeah.
And everybody, it was just like a half step in confidence, half step in quality,
in decision.
Distinctly second best on the day.
For sure. I do want to, before I go to the third goal, there's something I wanted to mention. João Pedro's run for the jink that Cole Palmer did for it to be effective was because of that run.
Yep.
So shout out to just those little things in the game that can go unnoticed, but they're so important to what the outcome is. So shout out to João Pedro. But getting to his goal, obviously, again, because of Malo Gusto's work on the wing and Cole Palmer inverting, the EAFC players will know inside forward and roam, not attack. Actually, attack. Attack. Because he was playing more of an inside forward winger role. Because he was given that freedom to just operate this round here, just like he did in the Conference League final against Betis. But just coming in here, obviously further down the field, but coming in here with the ball, because he dropped when they turned it over, because of Gusto again, he dropped in here, received the ball in acres of space, and was able to push, and João Pedro runs in behind and just does what he does over there. It's like perfect first half from Chelsea. And again, like after that third goal, I think the first two goals were like, okay, those kind of hurt, but let's see. That one was just like, that was it for me. That's when I knew the game was over. I don't know what you think.
I mean, I knew the game was over as well. At that point, I felt as if we were going to see it out. I didn't even feel like, I mean, I know they had the quality to score, but I didn't, on the day, I was like, I don't think we're going to let them.
Yeah.
I don't see them really creating enough unless we have a lapse of concentration.
Yeah.
Unless we blink, I don't think we're going to concede, and we didn't. It was just, like I said, they were so distinctly second and rattled by like minute 40.
Yeah, for sure. And again, the use of, very direct. Once they won the ball, it was long ball to the wing and do some or either long ball to the wing or Cole or Pedro drops. Not Pedro, excuse me. João Pedro drops and receives the ball to release the team. It was just perfect. It was a perfect game plan. And that's why I give Maresca's credit. But shout out, obviously, that we mentioned their names. Shout out Maresca. Shout out Robert Sanchez. Shout out Cucurella. Shout out Neto for his sacrifice. Shout out Gusto for his runs. Shout out Enzo.
Shout out Reece James for stepping up in the midfield, playing that position. Because Lavia was out.
Yep. Enzo for the running and the yards that he covered. Pedro Neto for his link-up play. Cole Palmer for his finishing and clinicism. But it's funny, you mentioned this last week about Moises Caicedo always winning tackles and it looks like a foul because I had because when you mention something, you can start looking for it. Yeah. I'm like, oh my god!
Yeah, they're very but
he got the ball.
He got the ball, and it's just like it takes an adjustment for a ref to see that, and then also for just a fan to see that because he's quite talented at that. But they call him El Pulpo, the octopus, just because he's just like these little rash challenges. He always typically gets a card, which is a bummer. But touch wood, when Moises Caicedo on a yellow, it just increases the way he plays.
He just plays the same way.
Yeah, he plays the same way, but he's even more intentional.
Yeah.
And he's more like he changes just slightly. And whenever it's like a tight challenge, he's like, I got the ball. There's no ambiguity there. He's vocal about it.
Yeah.
And they might review it and be like, dang.
Yeah. I mean, again, like I said, him not being in that team of the season is criminal. I don't know. It's criminal. And lastly, Delap should have scored that nice curler.
Yeah,
that was a good save. But that 1v1,
if he had just rolled the keeper,
one more touch.
Yeah, one more touch, roll it past the keeper, really, really killed them.
Yeah, that would have been what they did to us with Gonzalo Ramos.
Mm-hmm. That would have been so killer cold. But I think again, kudos to Maresca. I think his subs he brought on. He took Reese.
Off.
No. Did he take Reese off?
Yes, he did. Reese was suffering.
Yeah, took Reese off and put Andres Santos there, gave him the minutes that he deserves, and then brought on Delap.
And Dewsbury Hall.
And Dewsbury Hall, who all deserved minutes, but all didn't. It wasn't like okay, now we're just trying to see this out. We were trying to see it out, yes.
Yes, but they had chances too.
But it wasn't a drop off in quality at all.
Cole Palmer went to the left because I think Pedro Neto still came out.
I would have to.
Yeah, Pedro Neto came out for Nkunku, I believe.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So when he came off, Cole went to the left, and there were, again, like I said, no drop off in quality there. So very, very good. But yeah, that was the IQ deep dive. Was again, I was looking forward to doing this because it was like like I was saying, I was watching that game. I was mad at Real Madrid, which is weird, but it's just this is what you do. Anyway, shout out to Chelsea. Congratulations again. Yeah. Very good. Last week was the first time in Ball IQ pod history that the same player won IQ Player of the Week and IQ Finish of the Week. We have another one, and it's another Chelsea player. Player of the Week, obviously, is Cole Palmer, right?
CP20, now CP10.
Yeah. Christian Pulisic?
Yeah, maybe in my eyes.
He was actually CP10 for you. Yeah.
We used to call him CP, and now Cole Palmer's the same. He just kind of Cole Palmer is like he's like Christian Pulisic and Mason Mount and like Kai Havertz all on player, and way better than all.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay, you mean profile?
Profile.
Yeah.
So he's got like the best of all three of those players. On his day.
Yeah.
But like we just like we had all of that. We combined it into one for 40 million
from City. Yeah. But yeah, he's obviously his second goal is the goal of the week for sure.
Yeah.
Just I'm sure you've seen it, but the goal in slow motion is beautiful to watch.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's Vitinha, but it could be another Portuguese player.
João Neves.
Neves. That he. He just had a killer fake.
And that the thing about the fake is you have to honor the fake.
Yeah.
Because if you don't and he makes that pass, it's easy finish for João Pedro. So it was just a beautiful goal, and the way he finishes, just passes it. It's Messi-esque, just passes it. That's what he's trying to do. That's why he was so mad at himself for the first chance that he missed, that he went side netting. Yeah. Just passes it to the corner. It was a beautiful goal. Yeah. It was a beautiful goal. So shout out to Cole Palmer for being the second ever player to win IQ Finish of the Week and IQ Player of the Week. Both Chelsea guys, we need to make some changes. And the badges, I don't know if I like the badge.
That's what people are saying.
Yeah, I prefer the old badge, the actual I think it was a trophy. Yeah. But yeah, it was. You have to wear that for 4 years. Everybody has to see that for 4 years.
I'm sure we'll play around with the format because we still don't have a sponsor,
which is crazy.
But I feel like this is perfect.
you might as well just make it your sponsor. Just put it big.
Yeah, if we had gotten a sponsor anytime before this, again,
the price
would have been crazy.
Yeah,
or disrespectful, and that's why we held off. But right now, we can.
You hold the chips. Yeah. You hold the chips. Congratulations, man! I'm happy for you.
No, it's huge. It's huge. Thank
you. It's very, very good, and I'm happy for my boy Gonzalo Garcia for being the highest goal scorer. I mean, from nowhere to being the highest goal scorer is huge. I still think that I'll go back to see more.
Any of the players on in our locker room that were part of the Graham Potter regime or have just been in the mud, because even under Poch, the pain of losing the Carabao Cup final, the way that
to Liverpool,
did,
the FA Cup semi,
FA Cup semifinal was painful. But if I recall that game, like Thiago Silva was in tears, but Chukwunonso Madueke was laughing. You remember that? You don't remember that? After the game ended, he was laughing and cheesing with like Grealish and the other like his English friends after the game. He was just checked out. Like it was like, oh, we lost. But the Carabao Cup game, I was concerned about Enzo Fernandez. Because he was. I mean,
it was that was a painful loss. I'm not gonna lie.
A game that could have really. We gave it our all, and we should have clinched Europe.
I still remember that goal. Mm-hmm. That should have stood.
Yeah.
Lukaku.
Sure. Yeah. Oh no, that's a different one.
That's a different
one. Lukaku. That's the. That's 2 years.
FA Cup.
Yeah, that's 2 years in the FA Cup final.
Well, it's the FA Cup final. Yeah,
I think it's 2 years ago. At least 2 or 3 years now. But I remember that one as well. The last one was just the one where there is a Connor Bradley, like the Liverpool late Van
Dijk header. Why do I think it's the same game? It's probably not. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That was Lukaku was long gone after.
No, it should have gone to pens.
Really, yes,
and it got off on.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that. But well, that was it. Any last thoughts? You know what? I'm gonna leave just to give you the.
I mean, we're the champions of the world. We're distinctly the best club in London. I don't think there's an Arsenal fan alive who, in good conscience, could say anything different at this point. We had a way better season than Arsenal. We saw that Spurs had won their first European trophy in God knows how long, and we won 2 of them in the same period since that happened. It's been like a month since the Europa League. We've won 2. United's in the mud. The only team that can really chat to me is Liverpool, but the last time we played them, it was 3-1. You could say that they were on the wines, but their coach after the game mentioned how we were the toughest team that they played all season. Take that with a grain of salt. It's a good time to be a Chelsea fan. I want you to put the bird on the street that we back up, baby. We back.
And we're out on that.